Hi everyone, it's Nishi here. Hope you have a great day. Today's video, what I want to talk about is why the VAT registration threshold is holding our economy back. And this might be a bit of a controversial video, so but please feel free to comment politely and let me know what your own thoughts are. Just remember also, we've got our YouTube channel, so it's a great place to go and watch some of our other videos which aren't actually on social media platforms. So if you do want to see some of our other much higher quality content, definitely just go to YouTube and put anaccounting.co.uk in, and we'll bring that up. You can also get there through our website. So let's talk about this video. So why is the VAT registration threshold holding businesses back in the country? So at the time I'm filming this, the VAT registration threshold is £85,000 a year. I guess I'll just use this opportunity to throw in a really important tip. Just remember, VAT registration thresholds, as in what were your sales, what they mean is if your sales are over a certain threshold, you have to register for VAT. If your sales are below a certain threshold, you don't have to register for VAT. One of the things that really trips people up, by the way, though, is they try and measure it on accounting year or on tax year. It doesn't work like that. The threshold is always measured on your sales in the last 12 months. So next month, a month at the beginning of that time drops off, and then another month gets added on. So it's always a rolling 12 months. So it's really important to remember that. But one of the most frustrating things I see as an accountant is essentially businesses that get to £80,000, £84,000. They're just there, and a business owner, they're doing so well. They're building up a great reputation. They're charging a good amount of money for what they do, and this business owner just doesn't want to go past that threshold, because the minute you go past that threshold, you've then got to add like 20% to your prices. You don't quite have to add 20%. You officially you add 20%, but you can always discount your base price a little bit to mean that overall your customer doesn't necessarily pay 20% extra. But they don't want to do that, because if they're going to have to, some industries, for example, especially if it's business to consumer, for the customer it's a big price increase, so actually they don't end up, they sometimes might go to someone cheaper, but or if it's not a price increase, then a lot of the time the business owner has to pay the VAT out of their own pocket, which means they make a lot less money. So a lot of businesses get to this threshold and they just don't want to go over it, and it's a really sad kind of thing, because it's ultimately means that when a business could just grow and create more jobs and be really useful to the economy, the business owner, because we've got a tax system, it just forces that business owner to slam the brakes on. A lot of the time, business owners will say, "No, I want it. I want to go all the way. I want it to be big." And at that point, they'll say, "Okay, I'm gonna take the risk." But it's ridiculous. The tax system penalizes you for wanting to grow your business. And this is one of the challenges with the UK economy. If you look at the VAT thresholds in the rest of Europe, I think it's France is like 34,000, like Germany it's like 22. Well, that's euros, but the point being is that like we've got one of the highest VAT thresholds in the world, and that's great if you're a one-man band or self-employed and you only ever want to be self-employed. But if you wanted to build a business up, and you, especially if you're doing business to consumer, it's a massive challenge. So I do also understand, actually, like now we've had a lot of inflation, the government's not putting that threshold up, so a lot of people are just being, even if they didn't want to grow or they're trying to stay under the threshold, they're losing out on that ability to do that because they've had to put their prices up. And them putting their prices up is just naturally pushing them over the threshold. But what I think the saying really, when you think about whether to go VAT registered or not, is like just go big or go home. Because if there's no point in just going over the threshold, if it really some cases I've seen, it obviously depends on your margins, but if when you go over the threshold, you need to get your turnover from like 85 to 120 just to make the same kind of money. And so it's definitely something to think about. You've got to be really deliberate about it. You don't just want to tick over. So thanks for watching this video. I'm probably going to do a couple of other ones about VAT as well, because I think there's a few things that business owners I see do miss out on, just because they're not fully aware of it. So I'll see you another video in the future, but remember to check out our YouTube channel as well, and remember to like, share, follow, and subscribe.